Because last year when Larry Nance was taking away the playing time, Julius Randle was kind of sour, but that's where he also was coming up with the best minutes, and it was when he was coming off the bench after Nance would start.
Competition, man.
Competition.
Yeah, and I have to eat crow on Larry Nance Jr. I still feel he's good. He's not injury prone, but he's susceptible to injury.
Yeah.
Meaning the difference is, like with Bynum, it's always the knees, right? But for him, it's the wrist, it's the hip, it's the knee. But right now, I like the lineup with either Huertas or Calderon, Jordan Clarkson. Let Ingram integrate himself slowly. And it looks like Nance Jr. and Tarek Black work well at the second unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but would you guys be open to having that as the closing unit? Let's say take out one of the veteran point guards and put in D'Angelo
I like that mix.
as closing?
Yeah, I like that mix. I mean, you may even go smaller than that and have the 2 point guards if you really need that perimeter game, or
Sure.
you need that that 3-point barrage at the end, where you just have Deng or Nance playing center, and then you have just the perimeter guys. Whoever's hot, you just kind of have them on the outsides.
Right.
And, maybe have a power forward like Ingram at power forward. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, I really like Calderon being matched up with Lou, because with them two, it's just like you got the passer and you got the 3-point shooter. Whereas like when Lou came in last year, it was just like him sharing the ball with Kobe, sharing the ball with Nick Young, sharing the ball with like the other 2 guards, and it's just like there was a black hole. Calderon can disperse the ball around, and that's why I like the matchup. And there's a lot of 3-point opportunities when he's actually on the floor.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like Lou Will on the starting lineup.
I don't either.
I like him coming off the bench, where I think a combination with a veteran point guard works better for him. But I notice when Randle and Mozgov are forcing their offense, that's when that starting lineup goes to hell.
Yeah.
Mozgov, I think he's gonna work his way in. I mean,
Stabilize.
he looks like a lot more athletic than I thought I gave him credit for. I imagine him as this big Frankenstein on the floor,
Right.
but he moves pretty well, and I think he moves a little quicker than I thought he did. So, if he can get that 3 going, I don't know. He was doing those in practice.
Sure.
But if he launches a couple of those and makes them, I think that's definitely a positive.
I think to complement Villa's point, what's dope about Mozgov is he may not be necessarily quick, but his economy of motion.
Yes.
He knows how to not overstep. His economy of motion with his footwork is very smart.
Right.
So that probably is in complement to what the eyeball test is with Mozgov.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's probably more so than the quickness. Is what the point that I was making is that he looks efficient and going to the basket. There's not too many motions. He's just going straight line into the hoop, and he can make a couple of little turns in there, but he's not trying to do too much.
Right. In regards to Tarek Black, are you guys hopeful about him? Do you think this is just a fluke?
No, at
this point,
I'm hopeful about him. I think he's a serviceable backup for Mozgov, especially if Mozgov does get hurt. He's had a history of getting hurt. I think Tarek Black can come in and actually be a better rebounder than Randle in most cases.
Yeah, he puts in a lot of work, man. That guy, he's a hard worker on the floor. If I question anything about him, it's just kind of when it's just the talent, right? He's a hard worker on the floor, but how talented is he when he's going to be playing up against some of the more talented bigs, like even a young guy like Karl Anthony Towns?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if he can handle a guy like that.
Yeah, I also feel that as far as for our center, I'm not too worried because I feel like we have the tree stump that's full of energy, like in Tarek Black, which is great, and then we have the tree. So I think we're good in this era.